The third topical is Deputy Jim O'Callaghan to the Minister for Foreign Affairs to discuss the benefit of government purchasing rights to the book Lost Lives to commemorate all those killed in the Troubles in Northern Ireland. Deputy, you have 4 minutes.
The violence in Northern Ireland that overshadowed this country for nearly 30 years has left a long and harrowing legacy. That legacy is most acutely felt by the families of the 3,700 people who were killed in that violence in Northern Ireland. It's also apparent that the killing of those 3,700 people continues to have a significant impact on the politics of Northern Ireland and indeed on the politics of this country. I think it's important that we recognise that frequently the dead of Northern Ireland are referred to for the purpose of making a political point. That is perfectly legitimate. When Unionists or Loyalists refer to those who were killed by the Provisional IRA, they need to be listened to respectfully and they need to be listened to carefully. Similarly, when Republicans and Nationalists refer to people who were killed by Loyalist paramilitaries or by the British state, they similarly need to be listened to carefully and respectfully. However, I think we need to recognise as well that there's an objective and a purpose in trying to ensure that we can commemorate all 3,700 people who were killed during the Troubles in a way that is free from a political narrative. And I think it is the case that in many instances when the dead are being invoked, they are being invoked for a particular political purpose. As I say, there is nothing wrong with that, but it is the case, Cathaoirleach, that legacy issues have now become part of the territory upon which political division in Northern Ireland now operates. I think when we look at the 3,700 people who were killed during the Troubles, I think we can all recognise and accept that each one of them deserves to be remembered. I think when we go further and say why they need to be remembered, that we can get into difficulty. If we were to say that each one of them died needlessly, that becomes an issue of political dispute. So I think what we can all agree on is that each one of the 3,700 deserves to be remembered and remembered respectfully. I think also we can agree on that collective memory will assist in reconciliation. We can see in Northern Ireland that unfortunately reconciliation has not been achieved to the level that we wish to see it achieved. The reason I put down this topical issue is because there is a monument to the 3,700 people who were killed in Northern Ireland. And that monument is a book called Lost Lives that was published in 1999 for the first time as a result of considerable work by 5 journalists led by David McKittrick. I read an article by Fintan O'Toole in the Irish Times at the weekend, and it's apparent now that that book may be going out of print. The suggestion put forward by Mr. O'Toole in his article, and it's a suggestion that I agree with, is that the state, this state, and perhaps the Northern Ireland Executive together, should seek to purchase the rights of that book. If we manage to purchase the rights of the book, we could make the information in that valuable tome available to the public online. Now, that is a book that is written without judgment. It is written without political objectivity. It is written without a narrative. It simply records the stories of the men, the women and the children who were killed during the Troubles in Northern Ireland. If the state was in a position to purchase the rights of that book, it would, I believe, achieve in trying to ensure that we have some monument, that the voices of those people who died would be recognised, and that people could just look to see who were these men and women and children who died during the violence in Northern Ireland. However, if we let this pass and if this book goes out of print, I think it's fairly clear to say it's going to be very contentious and difficult for us to get any collective agreement between communities in Northern Ireland as to how we can put together one complete memorial for all the people who died. It'll become too contentious, and that's why, Cathaoirleach, I'm asking the government to consider purchasing the rights to lost lives. It would not cost much money.
Thank you, Deputy Minister.